Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we are going to learn how to apply photo filters. So in the previous tutorial we have already learned how to give effects to your image. So for this tutorial we'll be applying the photo filters to your current image. So the first thing which you'll need to do is that you'll need to download a transparent image or a transparent filter so that you could apply the same filter to your image. So what I did is that I have downloaded a image filter from Google. So I basically searched Google for a transparent image filter and I got this filter, and when you open this filter you could see nothing, and that is because it's a transparent filter, but it is going to give you effect whenever you are going to lay this onto other image. So what I've done is that this is our previous image, which is an image for a flower, and we are going to use this image and we are going to lay this filter onto that image. So the first thing which you'll need to do is that you'll need to use the code from the previous project, and you'll need to go into your on create and you need to comment this code right here. So in order to comment it, we give a slash star here and give a star slash here. So once this is commented, the next thing which we do is that as we want to overlay one image onto other, we are basically going to make two layers. So the first layer is going to consist of the first image, which is the image of a flower, and the second image which lies on top of it is going to actually contain the filter. So before doing that, you need to make sure that along with this first image you also need to have this filter. So I've named the image or the filter as image2. So we simply copy it, go to our Android Studio, go to the drawable folder and paste our image right here and name it as image2.png. So the first image or the first layer would be the image1, the second layer would be the image2. So for the sake of convenience, I have named it as image1 and image2. So once this is done, we go into this on create right here, and you could also delete this code if you want, but I thought it would be better if I just commented it. So the first thing which we need to do is that we need to create layers. So in order to create layers, we type drawable, then give this type of square bracket, and inside it we actually are going to specify the layers which we are going to use. So we type drawable square bracket layers, this equals new drawable, and inside the square brackets we are going to specify how many number of layers which we want to use. So in this case we want to use two layers. First layer would be for the flower and the second layer would be for the filter. So once we have it, the next thing which we do is that we set the content of the first layer. So in order to set the content of first layer, we type layers and inside it we specify 0, and that is because 0 is going to be our first layer, so the counting actually starts from 0 instead of 1. So layers of 0 equals get resource, and get resource is basically a method which is going to return the resource which we have in our folder. So get resource dot get drawable, as it is a drawable object, and inside it we specify the path. So r dot drawable dot image1. So this is going to be our first image, which is the flower, and we copy the same line of code for the second image. So as you could see, whenever we typed this in, it is going to show us an error, and that is because get drawable has been depreciated. And what depreciated means is that it can no longer be used while developing Android applications. So instead of this get drawable, we are going to use a new method. So that is going to be resource compact dot get drawable, and inside this get drawable we are going to get the resource. So we make the relevant changes over here and over here. So the next thing which we do is that instead of this layer 0 we are going to change it to 1, and everything is okay. And instead of this image 1 we are going to use image 2, as image 2 is our filter. So now once we are done with this, the next thing which we need to do is that we need to create the final layer. So in order to do that, we go right here and then we type in layer drawable, let's name it as layer drawable equals new layer drawable, and to this we pass in the final layers, which is going to merge these two layers into a single layer. So this piece of code right here is going to merge the two layers into a single layer. So now once this is done, the only thing which we need to do is that we need to set the final layer to the current image view. So we type my image view dot set image drawable, and then we specify the name of our layer. So that is nothing but the layer drawable. So now let's save the code and run our code onto our emulator. So as you could see, our application is up and running on the emulator, and as you could see, there is a basic image of our flower, and on the image of the flower basically we have applied the filter which we have used, which is nothing but a transparent filter. Now I have used this simple boring filter, but you could search on the internet and you could find better filters to be applied onto your image. So that's basically how you apply image filters to an image. So applying an image filter is nothing but taking an image and adding one more image onto it, and in order to do that we used layers. So basically we used first layer and then we used second layer, and we laid the second layer on the first one, and then finally we have merged these two layers to form an image, and we have finally displayed an image. So that's it for this tutorial, and I hope you guys understood how to use layers in order to create image filters. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.